Ethereum. I guess I am the bad boy of both forks. There's the Ethereum fork, which happened because of a hack, and there is Classic, which also is the original unforked. And yesterday, I was kicked out of Classic. So I am, in essence, well, by myself. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, and I'll explain why. There is special interests on both sides. In my opinion, what's happening with Ethereum, it's being taken over by fintech. And the greatest sign for this is simple. It's called proof of stake, which means money is votes. Money is votes. What does this mean? It means miners like Chandler Gao or SOL are fucked. Let's just put it that way. And that's the reason why Chandler was said 1776. I'm revolting, I'm following the people. Bullshit. You know, Gao, it's bullshit. You did it to save your ass. Because ultimately, the miners in Ethereum are gone. There'll be miners, but the proof of stake is going to come from ultimately how much money you have. And when you have companies who make over 45% of global funding money in the world, that's fintech, you're out of control. So, Ethereum Classic is the miner's last bastion. And I expose an attempt of Chandler Gao to ultimately try to bring back or take hold of between 20 to 40% of holdings that are held by the foundation still in Classic. Because without these holdings, getting proof of stake, getting what's known as consensus, getting enough voting power to change the code is going to be very hard. And the other thing is, it's a threat, because as you build up, all of a sudden you could have someone drop, 40% of the holdings, and it's going to tank you. So there's a big strategic play going on. The other thing is, Chandler wants to change the code, which is going to make mining much more difficult to the lower level participants. Plus, it'll be very expensive. Anyone who has big farms will have to buy all these new CPUs and everything else. And Chandler's invested a lot of money into this. So it's all about money. Classic is about money for the miners. Ethereum is about money for fintech. And who am I? I'm all about the middle. I'm all about basically creating a blockchain for you, the people, for the people. And that is why I'm going to share with you our blockchain that we're going to bring about is proof of value. Proof of value doesn't look at fintech, doesn't look at mining, but it looks at you and your contribution as good in the society. That's all I'm going to say. Proof of value is going to be the closest damn thing to democracy since Plato created democracy. Proof of value is going to change our planet, end inequality, and ultimately make everyone have the same potential value. Anyone could become a leader in proof of value. You don't have to have access to mining gear. You don't have to have access to money. You just have to have value on society. So I guess it's good me being blacklisted in Ethereum Classic. There's special agendas. I pointed them out. Charles, who says I don't have any ETC, he has an agenda of revenge. It's the only thing. He's hired a community manager called Carlo, who ultimately tried to curtail me, control my freedom of speech, and I just said, I'm not going to do it in my channel. And then he deleted my stuff. He censored me in my own channel in Ethereum Classic called ETC Foundups. He censored me, and I called him on it. I have a screenshot on it. And there is an attempt, in my opinion, the Charles, the avatars, the folks that are leading Classic are really no different than the foundation. They have an agenda. They haven't really shared the agenda. They say, oh, we don't have an agenda. I don't want leadership. I don't want this. I don't have, there's definitely an agenda. And that agenda is, in my view, not a good one. So I'm glad that I've been kicked out, because I'm done with those idiots. They're idiots. Avatar and Charles, you guys just don't get it. There is such a great opportunity with the blockchain, and you're just in your little paradigm playing your little game, and you don't see it. You don't see the opportunity for good that we're trying to bring about. The good news is I have funding. So Foundups, etc. is going to launch. Foundups, etc. is going to be massive, and Foundups, etc. is going to change the planet. That is something I set out to do. I'm going to fork the planet from this insane notion of infinite growth on something called CAGR to good on CABR, compounded annual benefit rate. We're going to bring about a new way of basically voting and everything else called proof of value. And it's all going to come about hopefully in the next 6 months. So I want to say thank you for banning me, for kicking me out of Ethereum Classic. I want to say thank you for Vitalik, for taking OIF and taking my idea of the DAO and ultimately creating Ethereum on the blockchain and the DAO. I am going after the DAO next year. That is my IP. You know it. I know it. I actually have it in the Creative Commons, thank God. And you're using it in violation of the terms of agreement that I put into the Creative Commons. So I will be going after anyone using the DAO, just let you know right now. And I have the funding to do it, and that's the good news. So the DAO is for the people. It's not for fintech. It's not for the 1%. It's not for the Ethereum. It's for the people, by the people. And I'm going to fight for the DAO. Has happened. The DevCon. And the gave me the money I need. Now it's the fight for the DAO. And after the fight for the DAO, there is Do. And Do is the metaphysics on the blockchain. It is a new global outlet, a new global point of view of how we can all work together as one global family. No matter what religion, no matter what point of view, Do brings us all together. DAO Do to you. Thanks.